Obituaries this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. For pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975, Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Call 256-245-4361. Patricia Ann Hope Phillips died October the 12th. A memorial service will be held at a later date. Ms. Phillips was office manager at Gibson's department store back in the day, then Western Auto, and finally Sycamore Water Authority. That is Patricia Ann Hope Phillips. A memorial service for Ms. Phillips will be held at a later date. This announcement by Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Funeral service for Mr. Earl Hunt will be on Thursday, and that will be at First Pentecostal Church in Harpersville. Visitation from 12 until 2, with the service at 2 o'clock at First Pentecostal Church on Highway 280 in Harpersville. Burial in the Vincent City Cemetery. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel in charge of the arrangements. Ms. Linda Nivens died at Grandview Medical Center on Monday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. Mr. Lucas Edwards died on Sunday in Miami. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, will announce the arrangements. And funeral service for Mr. Homer Smith. That service will be tomorrow, Wednesday. Visitation 10 until noon at Curtis & Son North. Funeral service will be at 2 o'clock at the North Chapel of Curtis & Son Funeral Home. That is a graveside service at 2 o'clock. Graveside service on Wednesday at Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo, Alabama. So visitation for Mr. Homer Smith will be tomorrow, 10 until 12 at Curtis & Son North, with the graveside service at 2 o'clock from Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, in charge of the arrangements. Alice Oden, age 63, of Sylacauga, died October 15th. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Community Funeral Home. Carolyn Ziegler, age 65, of Sylacauga, died October 15th. Community Funeral Home announcing. And Mr. Cedric Glenn, age 54, of Sylacauga, died October 17th. Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga, in charge of the arrangements. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Graveside service for Lillian Green Prater, age 97, of Weguffka. That service will be today at Weguffka Second Baptist Church Cemetery, beginning at 2 o'clock, with Danny Bynum officiating. Visitation prior to the service at 1 p.m. In lieu of flowers, contributions in Lillian's memory may be made to the women's ministries of Weguffka Second Baptist Church. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga, in charge of the arrangements. And funeral arrangements to be announced for Phyllis M. Beck, age 64. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory in Talladega will announce the arrangements, as well as arrangements for Carolyn Truss, age 58, who died October the 14th. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory in Talladega, in charge of the arrangements. This obituary report this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.